And welcome to another edition of Coffee with Brendan. Today's episode is going to be a special one. Not going to talk about the markets or anything like that, but more New Year's resolutions. And the New Year's resolution exercise that I use each and every year to help me to accomplish my goals for that year. It's called a widdy whiffy. And that may sound a little bit funny, but it actually is an acronym for what do you want for yourself? So one of the first things to take into consideration when talking about the widdy whiffy is that it is truly what do you want for yourself, not what does anyone else want for me. So that is a key piece of any kind of goal setting exercise, which is that, if you don't want to lose the 20 or 30 pounds that your spouse or significant other wants you to lose, guess what? It's probably not going to happen. But if you actually want it for yourself, then more likely than not, it will, as long as you have a plan to accomplish it. So what the widdy whiffy is a three-pronged exercise to pretty much merge your personal, business, and self-development goals. And so that's what this exercise is all about. And the first thing that we do when we're actually going through this exercise is to figure out, which of your values do each one of the goals that you have correspond to. So in the case of in my case, we actually have a value setting exercise that Waymark produces, and we can actually give this to you. Many of the clients that I work with actually have gone through this exercise, but those that haven't, we actually ask them to go through this. So this core values exercise, what it does is helps you to identify your top 5 values. So the first step is to go through this list, pick out anything that resonates with you, then move to your top, or whittle it down to your top 15, then your top 10, and then ultimately your top 5. And then from there, what you want to do is go through each of the different goals that you may have in the different segments, the personal, the business, and the self-development, and actually list them. So what are your personal goals? What are the specific measures and the deadlines that you want to achieve it? And what are the key activities that you need to do? So literally, this is a brainstorming session of all the different things that you'd want to accomplish in your personal life. Make sure that they are, quote, SMART tested. So SMART tested is specific, measurable, aligned with your personal values, time tested, and results based. I went a little bit out of order with that, but SMART testing it is to make sure that it's a specific one. What you'll notice when I show you what my goals look like is that most of them are SMART tested, but there are a couple that are not, and I'll explain in a moment what that's all about. And then you go to your business goals. Now, business, you may be retired and business may not be something that is relevant to you anymore, but you may have other things in your life that that can take this space, whether it's volunteer work, whether, I don't know. But long story short, it's anything that's not personal and not self-development can go here. Again, make sure they're all SMART tested. And then finally, your self-development goals. So that's the exercise that I go through, is pretty much revisit my values and then go through those 3 brainstorming checklists. And then the important thing is now bring it all together, synthesize it into one-page document that, in my case, I actually put it up on the refrigerator. So I would recommend that you do the same. So this is what mine looks like. It is a little, I'll be honest with you, it's a little bit edited because I didn't want to get too personal, but I did decide that I did want to share it with all of you so that you can hold me accountable to what's going on. But that's an important piece. So I know I'm digressing here, but at the end of the day, you should have an accountability partner, and preferably someone that's not impacted by it. So as you'll notice with my goals, there are quite a few that have to do with my family. So having my spouse as my accountability partner might not be the best thing because she's got a vested interest in some of the outcomes. So in my case, my accountability partner is my CFO. She actually just checked in with me this morning on one of my goals, a meditation goal that I have. And unfortunately, I came up a little short this week on that. But you absolutely should, number one, get the accountability partner, but number two, actually revisit this at least quarterly, so at least every 3 months. So let's take a look at my goals. So the first thing I do is I list my top 5 values, and those are top 5 values in order, with integrity being number 1. Now, one thing that you'll notice is family is number 4. Now, for some people, that is surprising to them, because I do really like my kids and my family, as you can see from some of the pictures there. But it is number 4, and that is behind integrity, helping others, and economic security. There are certain times when, I'll have to put some family things to the side so that I can maintain economic security or help others. And then integrity. I've had some family members in the past who haven't acted with much integrity, and in that case, if family was ahead of integrity, then I would turn a blind eye to that. But in my case, the integrity piece is really a number 1. So yes, family is number 4, and number 5 is health. My self-development goals have to do with investing in my own education, continuing to listen to podcasts, listen to audible.com books, participate in study groups. I do have a health goal that's there. And what you'll notice here is I do have a SMART tested goal, mobility exercises 3 times a week for 10 to 20 minutes every time I do it. But then this is a not SMART tested goal. Don't do anything that doesn't help you, or don't do anything dumb to get yourself hurt. That is not SMART tested. It's not specific. There's no timetable on that other than just making sure I don't get hurt throughout the year. And there's nothing really actionable. But with that said, I do want to put that there just to kind of remind myself that I do get sometimes go a little bit overboard when I try to stay in shape and try to keep up with the younger guys. And then meditate the 10 minutes per day, 3 times per week. That is a SMART tested goal. My personal goals, making sure my wife and I have a date night every month with my daughter. It revolves all around college and her Eagle project for Scouts. For my little one, come up with a new after-school activity because she's aging out of the after-school activity she currently has. And then just, again, another reminder to, just remind myself what's important in life. And then business goals, this is a little bit of a teaser here. We are looking at updating our pricing model so that we have a little bit more consistency with our pricing model. And then, just making sure that we win or play hard, work hard and play hard with regards to actually enjoying what we do. And I feel like we do that pretty well, but we can always do a little bit better. So this is pretty much it. These are my list of goals for this year. I'd say that my last year goals, I did the same exact thing. I actually did do a pretty good job of holding myself accountable to them, and I give myself about a B. I tried to achieve a lot of the things, and there are a lot of check marks, but there are a couple big ones that I either had to push or do something with. So, long story short, it is New Year's resolution time. I do think that New Year's resolutions are, and I shouldn't say I think, I know this because it's been studied multiple times, that the more times that you put things in writing and you put your goals in writing, the more likely you are to achieve them. And then add on to that an accountability partner, you'll hopefully knock the ball out of the park with New Year's resolutions. So have a happy New Year, and we will talk in 2023. Thanks a lot.